So, good afternoon, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about universal design for learning, and we're going to be talking about it in terms, since you're all vision impaired teachers, I've done a short case study of a student who has a vision impairment. And we're using it on using the SET framework in order to look at what our students with vision impairments need, and we're going to break it down in between the student, the environment, and the tasks, and then we're going to look at some websites that are used in classrooms generally and how those websites might work for these kinds of students, so that when a teacher is using this website universally, is it really working for these kinds of students? So, you know what low vision students look for. Generally, their abilities and difficulties are with print size, reading visual or tactile mediums. Their handwriting is an issue, navigating the computer. They have trouble with touch typing. Sometimes there's color blindness. Contrast is a huge issue for low vision students, as you well know. And organization and the motor movement, because the difference between the contrast of moving down a hall and back and forth is often difficult for them. Environment is basically the same as a regular classroom, because all of our low vision students are in the regular classroom. So they've got regular desk space, regular classroom space. Where are they in the room depends on the other equipment they have. They have a CCTV, they might have to be in a back corner. They have a laptop, they may have to be next to a plug. What is the type of learning medium that we need to look at? The type of light and level of the light in the classroom. Are the windows bringing in a lot of glare so they can't see this kind of whiteboard, or maybe an interactive whiteboard like I'm using here today? What about external noises that are affecting them, because obviously they're very auditory because they're low vision? And so are they next to the band room? As a speech therapist, I was once in a speech therapy room and I was next to the band room. It was a very ineffective place to be. Tasks, what are they doing? Same thing the other kids are doing. They're low vision, they don't have cognitive difficulties, so we're asking them to read, to write, to take notes, and all of those kinds of things. Activities of daily living, go to the gym, go to the computer lab, so we know what we're doing. So let's take a look at some of those websites. What we have is the second part of the SET framework, and what I have done is just because of limited time, and I know each of you have a student that you're used to thinking about. You're thinking right now, oh, what about this low vision student? So some of these issues may not be their issues, but I have to just choose based on this student that I've created. So what am I looking for in a website? They need low clutter. They need they need to be able to have, there needs high contrast. It either needs to be already there or it needs to be set, where they can set the contrast. Will it work with magnification, or will the fonts increase? Is it available on any computer? This is a huge issue. Are they going to have to carry something around with them? Are they going to have a magnification program in order to use it? Something that they can, or limits them to an individual computer. Does it have text-to-speech? A lot of our low-vision students use programs that have text-to-speech, or will text-to-speech work with it? Is it free or low cost? And does it fulfill 21st century skills that we all know about, because our state, the Framework for Change in North Carolina, is directing us to start using our 21st century skills. So today I'm just going to take a look at a couple of these websites. We're going to look at Starfall today. That is something that a lot of our elementary teachers use regularly, and we're just going to take a look at one of the stories. Well, let's take a look at All About Me.
Who am I?
There you go. We're getting some little, what kinds of things are you seeing with this first page? As far as some of the things we already talked about that we're looking for.
Text-to-speech. Text-to-speech.
It does have the text-to-speech, sure. What else?
It's not got very high contrast.
And let's go through the SET framework and find out how it rates. So, is it low clutter?
Yeah, there was nothing to distract from the actual content.
Okay, so you can put a check mark. Okay, turn it the other way. Okay, great. It's really fast. And you know what? While we're doing this, can you see how this would bring our students into the lesson? And as far as universal design, getting them to interact with what's going on, the teacher could be back at the back of the room, she could be at the front of the room with them. They could actually be doing this without the teacher and engaging the entire class into a group.